I don't have anything ready, really. I gotta get my seedlings.
You don't have anything ready? I've been waiting for 2 freaking hours.
What are we gonna do today, Marife?
We are going to fillet this dude.
Hey, what's up, guys? Gummy here. Today, Marie and I are gonna repot some desert roses. She's got a couple that are like a decent age, but maybe less than a year old. And I've got some seedlings that are about a month old or so, maybe
2 months.
2 months old. And I'm gonna repot those as well. Cool.
I just smile.
You just look pretty. Alright, so here's one of Marife's Adenium. For some reason, this one limb is just going crazy. But basically, we got this thing. It was like a lot smaller when we got it, but yeah, the tiniest little thing. And the little sprouts were like maybe out to here, but now we've got a lot going on. So we're gonna repot and probably prune a little bit.
Yeah, this was a lot healthier before we moved, but it got cold during the drive. It was like 8 hours.
Yeah.
So, and it was snowing, and so the plants in the truck got cold.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like having these weird sick leaves and it's falling off. So, but it was really healthier before.
Mm-hmm. We promise we're not abusing our Adenium. So.
No, they were like more loved.
Yeah. So we found these pots at Walmart, and they're actually perfect for like bonsai. I think they're made by Better Homes and Gardens, and they got, I can't tell, this is like either plastic maybe, this part's plastic, and then this part might be wood. I can't really tell, but either way, it's pretty cool. It's really shallow pot and wide pot, so it's perfect for like if you want to do some bonsai work. However, so it does have a drain hole in the bottom, but you know, we kind of, so that we don't lose our dirt, what we'll do is we'll take a styrofoam plate, and we'll cut a circle out of it about, you know, a little bit bigger than the hole, and what that'll do is prevent the dirt from going through. And then we'll take, to help it drain, to make it drain, we'll take a toothpick and we'll poke holes in the styrofoam so that take the toothpick and go through the styrofoam repeatedly and create like a little drain that'll sit on top, and that way we'll keep all of our dirt. She's got static. Everything's like clinging to her. But anyways, I'll let her do that while also we got these drip trays here, and they're perfect. They're like just small enough to fit between the legs up under here, and that way we'll be able to see the water drip down. So with these, you want to water them once a week, and you want to just like make sure that the dirt is thoroughly soaked. And once you start getting water dripping down the center, then you know that your dirt's like completely saturated, and you could just stop there. And then you wait another week, 7 days or whatever, and then you can water again. But till then, you're good. You want to make as many holes as you can, but you also want to be careful to not weaken it too much, because if you make too many holes, styrofoam is like kind of brittle, or fragile. I mean, whatever. It's gonna like tear. You're gonna lose like a big chunk out of the center. So yeah, she's done perfect, really. Here I've got a drain that we've created with the toothpick and the styrofoam. So you'll just plop this down into the bottom over your drain hole, and that way you'll get the drain, but you won't lose all your dirt slowly through that hole. When you got a new pot, it's good to use hydrogen peroxide to sterilize. So we've got like a squirt bottle that we just refill, you know, with the big jugs from Walgreens, and you just spray into the surface of the pot, so that way you kill any sort of like fungus, spores or whatever. Now we're going to mix up our soil that we're going to put into the pot. So we've got some trays here. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and make some dirt because I'm going to have repot some seedlings here soon. So now we got our trays. We're going to throw our soil together. I'm not going to use any sand because I want Marife to have sand for her awesome adenium. So she's going to use like 30% sand, 20% gravel, 20% topsoil, 20% fertilizer, and 10% perlite. That's kind of like a good mixture. So the sand is going to help the soil to drain well. The gravel is going to give it a little more body because the sand by itself is going to be too loose to like, it'll just not really stay in place maybe. And then so the topsoil is going to give it some more body as well, kind of like cohesive, like get it to stick together. Of course, the fertilizers, really going to help it to grow. And then the perlite, what the perlite does is it soaks up moisture and it soaks up nutrients. So it kind of like is like a retaining, it's almost like a gas tank on your car from what I've been told or understand. So it kind of like holds those nutrients until there's a deficiency, and then it releases those at the right time. So it's kind of like helps to stabilize the environment or something. But I've just been told that, so I don't know. I'm not like a researcher or anything, but and then Marife's actually got some pre-mixed stuff that she
Wait, I did this last time and I didn't.
Is that mold?
No, it's not.
Are you sure? It looks a lot like mold.
I put fungicide in it
Oh,
last time.
Okay.
So I did it last time and I just winged the percentage.
Yeah. So she's gonna use some of that custom mix. It's like one of a kind special.
No.
That's that good stuff. We can't really tell you what it's all about. You gotta pay for that. But anyways, also what we're gonna put in there as well when you're mixing up your soil, it's good to put bone meal in there because that's gonna help promote flowering. So what we'll do is like for a pot, you might use a couple tablespoons. Like a decent sized pot, like we have there. Right there, yeah, we got the bone meal. Another thing you want to have is fungicide. That'll help. You can mix that into the dirt. You can also mix it into your water whenever you water the desert rose. That'll help to replenish any of the fungicide that comes out of the drain hole whenever you water it. But you can use just a teaspoon or two in a pot, like when you mix up the dirt can help. But then like the bone meal, you want to use like maybe 2 or 3 tablespoons for a pot, and that'll help with the flowering. Here are the seedlings that I'm going to repot today. They're a couple months old, and basically, I think that the sand isn't doing them very well. Like they really need some nutrients. Like this is really good for draining, but this is just like playground sand. So I'm just gonna use like some fertilizer and see if they get like a lot bigger. What happened? It's okay. I'll just wipe it off. This is why you don't do gardening in your living room. Because you got like cow poop and dirt everywhere, but it's okay. So you only use like 10% perlite because it's gonna hold a bunch of water, right? And adenium isn't gonna do too good with too much water. It's gonna get root rot and stuff, and so.
Hang on, that's like 2%.
Well, I wanted to help you to get started on yours.
Okay.
So you only use about 10%, so that's probably good, honestly. Yep. It's just something to help hold in some stuff, It's not really trying to be like part of the substance of the dirt, your potting medium. I think it's just like really really there to help out. So now I'm gonna mix in my perlite, and then I'm gonna fill in my pot, and
I'm gonna mix it.
yeah, Marife has a lot of fun playing with the dirt. Here in my new pot, I've cut out some styrofoam and put it into the bottom and poked holes into it, so it's like covering the drain hole, but you know, it's also giving me it's like gonna allow water to flow through, but it's not gonna let all of my soil fall down, you know, into this hole, because the drip tray on here is like really shallow, and pretty much any amount of dirt that falls past that hole is gonna clog up that any of the drip tray access.
Don't make this the thumbnail, please.
How do you say bless you in Tagalog?
Kaawaan ka ng Diyos. Or God bless you.
Kaanawan.
Waan
Waan. Ka.
ng Diyos.
Ng Diyos.
No, wait. Pagpalain. I don't trust me in Tagalog. Pagpalain.
I was gonna say, that was really long for bless you, babe. But it's like more formal, like a nicer...
No, it's like, Lord have mercy on you. Kaawaan. Now I realize, bless you is no, wait. Pagpalain is bless you.
Oh my God.
Don't trust me with Tagalog, dude. Don't even ask me.
Like sneezing's a sin in the Philippines?
Yeah.
Lord have mercy on you.
Yeah, pagpalain ka.
Pagpalain ka. Alright. So, beautiful star of the show, Marife, is gonna put all kinds of dirt in this thing.
Did you put the styro?
Yeah.
Okay.
Styrofoam's in there. And I'm gonna fill this up to the top, and then I'm gonna put like, so like if I put it up to the top, then what's gonna happen is I'm gonna get, you wanna pack it down though, because I won't be able to get the seedling in it.
Alright. Is that enough?
Yeah. So what I do is, I don't want to pack this down. I want to fill it to the top completely, and then I'm gonna make a little area for my seedling, right? And then I'm gonna put the seedling in here. I'm probably not gonna go very deep. What's gonna happen is, so I'll probably just go get my hands dirty.
Okay, fine.
All right. So I'll probably add like a little bit more on the top, like just, this is gonna settle, like I'm not packing anything down, right? This is gonna settle down when I add water. And so what I wanna do is, I wanna make like the tiniest hole, right? Just, you know, like here's my finger, right? That's how long it is. And then I'm just gonna go to about right here probably. And then, because the seedling's got like the tiniest little roots, right? And it takes up the tiniest bit of space. So I'm going to put it in there, and then I'm going to fill it in around it, right? And then I'm going to use the water to let the water naturally just pack it down in around the roots. So Marife is probably not going to have that issue. The deal is I planted it in sand, right? So the sand basically like doesn't cling to the root at all. But Marife is going to have a lot of dirt packed around and clung to her roots, right? So for me, though, I'm not going to have anything to really bind to my roots. So I want to make sure that the water, because the water, whenever the water mixes with the dirt, it becomes like, it moves a lot easier, and it kind of fills in all the little cracks around the root, and it's really going to like cling to it, and it's just, I really don't want to like damage the roots too. The seedling roots are so fragile, so I really just want to kind of set it down in there just barely, and then kind of like just slide some dirt up over the roots, and then I'm gonna use the water, and that's just gonna like gently kind of like grab onto it and really hold it inside the pot. Here's the seedling adenium's root system. So they're all like really fragile, and you want to be really careful not to tear any of them off. So if you don't have a squirt bottle, you can take a water bottle and just use a razor blade and poke a hole in the top, you know? And that'll help like make it squirt out in a large area. So I'm just gonna take my little seedling and put him in this little hole here that I've made.
tons of roots.
And I don't want his caudex to be like up under the soil, right? So I'm just gonna like have just the roots barely up under the soil, you know, not barely, but you know, a decent amount under the soil. And then I'm just gonna pack down a little to keep them standing up straight. But really, mostly what I'm gonna do is just let the water do most of the packing, right? So there's my seedling, and he's sitting there up out of the top of the water. Out of the top of the soil. And then I'm gonna basically just drip some water down around, and that's just naturally gonna pack the soil down around it, you know? And that way, because if you put a bunch of pressure on because the dirt, the little grains of sand and the gravel that you've mixed in there, they're like so hard and sharp, they're really gonna cut the roots, the little baby's roots. And he's not gonna like be super strong to build more. So all I'm gonna do, I've got this dripping down, and I'm just gonna let it like pack in. It's like just soak the soil around it, and that's just gonna slowly work the dirt in around those roots. And in fact, I can grab, that's like a chunk of something, I don't even know. The thing with the topsoil is like it's gonna have like tree bark and stuff in it, so you gotta be careful. But sometimes you can find little pieces of like, this is all tree bark. I need a sift, that's what I need. Here we go. I got all this like loose dirt. Yes. Nice clump of loose dirt. So the loose dirt is gonna help to fill in around those roots a lot. So now that I got more of this loose dirt around, like the water is naturally going to carry some of that dirt away. So it helps to, you know, like replenish some of it if you lose some around the base of the adenium, around the caudex. But I really think that's pretty much it. Like, I think I'm done. So, what we'll do is we've got our pot with our styrofoam in the bottom right here. We got our cutout circle with our styrofoam here, so it's gonna drain through, but it's not gonna lose any of our soil. And then she's gonna throw her soil here. So Marife now has the adenium out of the pot. And basically what she's trying to do is just kind of work the dirt off the sides and not like tear too many roots.
This one is really healthy too when we move, and it's actually starting to flower, but because it got cold for the 8 hours that it was on the truck, it's now like got it leaves turning brown.
So here Marife has washed off the roots. She's broken the soil out from around the roots, and she's rinsed off some of the clumpy stuff that wouldn't let go. And we're just gonna put it down in the center, and then we're gonna fill in some dirt around it. So we'll just grab some of this, I guess, and just kind of work it down in near around the big roots and stuff. These roots are so thick, they're not really that fragile, so you don't have to worry too much with these. They're not like the seedling roots. The soil level was like right up here, you know, and then we've got it exposed quite a bit. What that's gonna do is this is gonna widen out whenever it gets a bit older. So you're not really like trying to expose a lot of the root, but you wanna expose quite a bit, if you know, like maybe an inch or inch and a half. Well, yeah, I had a lot of fun. I know Marife did. We're gonna post updates, you know, show you guys what all this looks like later on, and I hope you guys really enjoyed watching everything and learned a little bit or something. So anyways, love you guys. Have a great night. Bye. Here's the adenium now. We plucked the yellow leaves off to make sure that the nutrients went to the flower buds. And you can see that the flowers opened up to be like yellow with pink stripes. It's very pretty.